all these clones, we the original.
So, welcome back. We back. And before we get into any introductions, we would like to start off a little bit somber with a moment of silence as Brother Kool leads us through this time.
Sing grace, how sweet the sound that a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Woo!
Yeah! So we back in business.
Bum, 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 bum. Don't you do it? Woo!
All right.
Temptations.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The tourists come over to chill on the beach, but they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies. No sanity, it's just insanity. My mommy hoping nothing happens to me.
Temptations. But it's been a while. The last time we was here was like 3 months ago.
We ain't do the moment of silence yet, though.
Oh, okay. Moment of silence.
Moment of silence, moment of silence.
All right. So, moment of silence for the ones that have lost their life due to
Unfortunate
circumstances, whether it be COVID-19 or the ongoing police brutality or just even natural causes. To all those who have lost loved ones since we've been last time here in person, our hearts and condolences goes to you.
I got a hug for you.
Kool has a hug for you. But we're gonna start this new thing off right, because we was going over Zoom these last 3 podcasts, but we was like, time to come back in person, time to rebuild, and we got an interesting show for you right now. So lock in tight, because you know what it is. It's your favorite side. We bringing it back. The Negus of Nassau, Saint Antoine Alexander. Well, we ain't really bringing back your favorite side, but I just saying it, for excitement purposes. Lord Jalen Willett, and I got to the left of me, the world's greatest entertainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your mix of the splash. Hashtag banana fantastic. Don't you do it? Woo! Excitement. Yeah.
And then we have also in the room the shaman. He's become the new silent one. You can't see him, but you feel him. You can't touch him, but you want to be him. Introduce yourself, sir. No, it's you.
Why it's me?
Yeah. Because you still didn't give me no nickname, bro.
How'd go? This is Marco.
This is how it go. It's Marco. And then we got rated PG-13.
Right. It's me, PG.
PG.
I don't see PG, man. PG, where you hiding, bro? You hiding. Let's show PG the back there.
All right, he got with the new fresh cornrows. So we practicing social distancing because I ain't want none of y'all come in my chat talking about why all y'all bunch up together. So we got to, every show we like to start off with, the Bayman word, phrase, or saying of the day.
Yeah, let me hold this one.
All right. He's eager. He's been waiting to pod. Let's go, Marco.
I mean, I feel like this can be relevant to everyone, especially during this time.
Okay.
My Bahamian phrase of the day is hold your head.
Hold your head. What that mean?
Basically,
if you're in a situation and you can't control it, it might not be going bad, but just gotta let it go. Just hold your head.
That's real talk, though. That's especially what we need right now. But because times tough. Whether or not either you being affected by one thing or affected by another thing, you probably lost your job or money ain't flowing in how it's supposed to be. So yeah. So
I will laugh, boy. Hold your head and
hold your
knees and hold your nose and hold your mouth and hold your neck and hold your shoulders, hold your chest and show me the rest and shake it up, hey, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, hey. Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, once more again, we saying hold your head, not to hold your head, but actually hold your head.
Upright. Right. Yeah. So we be doing something new today. Normally I come in prepared with a list of talking points and things like that, but I charged Marco with that task and he wanted to surprise us today. So I was like, all right, let's go for it. And please,
y'all know how it go.
We just read in the room,
Other phrase. That's a new thing now.
Everybody's saying read the room.
Everyone gets scared when you say read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room.
Voices just get quiet and, backsides just get tight.
You Stephen A now. How you like in those moments,
palms get sweaty.
Palms get sweaty.
Backsides get tight. And when you need a point, when you need a basket, who are you gonna call?
Yeah,
LeBron James. But the first thing I want to bring up, something we was talking about behind the scenes. Y'all keep bringing up this Airbnb thing.
Oh.
Now, I ain't as in tune with what's be going on. I just be in my own world for the most part.
Okay.
So for y'all who understand and like us.
Yeah, Justin.
Well, the Airbnb situation. Like, on the last 3 parts ago, I said, fam, with us being locked down and inside for 2-3 months, there's going to be a need for people who want to, go out, all freely, interact with each other.
Get their little thing.
Get their little thing, their little fix. And plenty baby going to get make. And lo and behold, last week Sunday, when that was? Yeah, that was, this past week as of this recording. We saw some things what ain't supposed to be happening. And they went into Airbnb and if I was that person that owned an Airbnb, I'd throw away everything. We're going to leave it like that. Okay.
What you're saying is they made a mess.
Yeah, they made a mess.
It was a splash.
It was a splash.
A splash.
It was mixing and splashing.
A splash of
Who are
fun.
these people in this Airbnb? But
No, they just like Defense Force people.
What? No, man.
Oh, you bring out the biggest piece of evidence.
What? Hold on, say what?
They had a video of that, eh?
Yeah.
That was a video, right?
Yeah.
A video?
Okay.
Oh, I ain't see the video. I ain't want to see the video.
Airbnb.
Yeah, but anyway, and everybody was in an uproar, but even though low-key, most people wish they was inside that situation instead of being locked away at home. And let's shift a little bit to the locking up in home part. We touched on this probably couple parts ago. But people were saying, this time to sit at home and reflect and spend time with family. But I think, a lot of people get tired of each other, man. Because it's like, all right, T 206,843. And you just want to see something different. But that's very interesting. But what's the most interesting thing y'all have seen during this whole thing?
I mean, true, right? How long has it been actually?
I don't even know, bro.
Sometime in March. I'm thinking
That's
the
what I'm saying. I
last
think at the end of
week
March,
or two.
right?
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah, which is June.
Which is about 2 months.
No more than 2 months. Wait, March?
Close to 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 months.
I feel like this started from February, though.
Right. People feel
They
like
feel like this is from January, but
really feel like it's been long.
Right, they
time,
started the idea of it in February to be quote unquote fearful or just aware of COVID,
Right.
And that measure is going to be taken in place. And then as time gone on, they just started to get more literal with it. Start changing
Well, I ain't
the
like
laws and
time, but that's why I was telling people like time is an illusion, bro.
It is.
Like, wait, it's already June, right? This thing started in March. How you even get it? like,
Yeah, but it's
I feel like just
people
yesterday we was all here,
Yeah.
but then it's been a while.
You
but then
really
it's like-
half of the year gone, babe.
Yeah,
Half of the year gone.
and it's like
You think people can still go on vacation, but like,
I still go
Yeah.
on vacation.
You could still go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
if
the
you-
world open back up. Well,
No,
we
you
But
can
not,
still
not,
go
not,
now.
not, not really.
We about to open up in
I mean, you go on vacation if you're just going down the street
it's also true too.
or whatever. So it's like you don't really
can't
mess
wait
it.
to go to the beach, place.
And then
Oh
right,
man,
right.
Yeah,
the beach.
You can still go to the beach.
we got this.
Just don't get catch.
You can do anything you want to do.
Bounce to the left, bounce to the right.
You can do that. You know what's stopping you from going.
Oh, man.
Bounce to the right.
Oh, man.
Wake up, little Davy.
Yeah, apparently we got some Lil Davy fans. Stay to in front of the camera.
No, I mean,
Oh,
What?
you say no? You don't like Lil Davy?
no, I mean, the song is very catchy, and I already see, even though people been clowning it right now, right? People going still, you gonna see people bounce to the left, bounce to the right.
I know if I can see them.
No, let's bump it.
I see
1,
them.
2,
As soon as
3,
they-
no. Bounce to the left, bounce to the right. Big up little Davy, big up little Davy. You know, we support everything from the Bahamas, you know.
Even
And she say she from Jamaica?
yeah.
I mean, she half and half. You know, everybody half and half.
She
Everything,
don't
you
claim
know?
us, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
man.
denounce us. Something like Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. But I ain't like, speaking
I
on
like a
Doja
song.
Cat,
I like it.
plenty people getting approved and plenty people getting canceled.
How about-
Or whatever. No, just typically based on their response to what's been going on in the U.S. and their response is not really in support of the actual issues that people protesting about, which can get lost due to media because people will say it's about this or why it's just singularly on this, and it's like a bigger issue, which worldwide we've been dealing with more often. Or whatever. I saw your house must have got you there too, right?
yeah. I know what's going on though. I know what's going on.
Oh, whatever. Like, every time we come in to eat something, always moving one part to toss that, open it up. But you know, but yeah, like during these old protests and things like that, people fighting for their own civil liberties and saying, "Man, give us a chance to grow old. Life is long, but life is too short." So. And that we support the cause and every impoverished, oppressed groups around the world. We support you in your fight and fighting for your right to live freely without not even just being executed, just your right to live. So, you know, with that,
But to be fair though, she get canceled way before that.
yeah, it was something she
Yeah.
did.
She just basically say she ain't black and she don't like black men. So I ain't gonna put the whole
Yeah.
whole thing on her for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, who really cares?
Right, because you know the
Yeah.
funny thing is I didn't even know who she was before this.
I didn't know because I like that song. Like move, like
You like that song?
yeah.
Hold on, who is this?
Don't remember.
I
This guy
apologize.
likes-
Yeah.
I apologize. Who's this person again?
No,
Doja Cat?
Doja Cat.
Sorry.
She's a light-skinned
Okay,
woman.
That's okay. What
No, I mean she's
name on the song?
She had a song
I-
talking about her being a cow.
but talking
Like, what? Give me it. Like, I don't know.
I ain't singing it.
like
Oh, the bottom. Okay.
No. It ain't a
If I-
it ain't
in a
technically
bad
bad.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say how the verse start, but basically she's like moo.
Yeah. She literally say, "I'm a cow."
yeah.
Okay, I gotta search it out. I get YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. It can be.
I mean, you want to play it, and then we can like cut the audio or something.
And YouTube allows to play a couple seconds of it.
I mean, we could play it
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. She literally say she's a cow.
Is it bad? Like, I don't know.
Anyway,
Are you buying asking for the wrong thing right now? like you asking something you don't know what it is?
You see, it start with a cow, bro,
Right.
and she gets famous off of this.
yeah, because this video went viral.
You know how crazy it is for you to call yourself a cow and now
yet your
use
name
a
is Doja Cat.
use an official rapper. People is actually taking music seriously, bro, and this how a career start.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay.
That's
All right.
I heard enough.
And then she said, I'm not a cat. But what's her name?
Doja Cat. Oh man.
I mean, but people being creative nowadays. You know?
That's the
So,
word.
you know,
Right.
You know, especially during Corona time. You know, I found other ways to be, or to let the creativity arise up. So
But would you
Yeah.
call yourself
So-
a cow?
I call myself Kool-Aid, bro.
Exactly.
No.
But yeah, but all kind of different people. But it's been like Angela. I always say by Twitter.
This?
Yeah, I know. Oh, check that. Please stand by as we take a brief intermission.
Okay.
All right. Now we're back. So,
I don't know if it like, yeah, right there.
so
Is
we're
it catching everything?
yeah, it's like why, bro?
Okay.
But really, I just want to touch on like how easy it is for people to get canceled and how quickly people are to
Say the
not
wrong
want to hear
thing,
anything
right?
you want
Yeah.
to say.
Like
Yeah.
this day, you have to be so careful.
Like you really gotta be
politically
like what you say and how you
say it.
yeah.
Like I was like, okay, who's Deja Cat? I said I apologize first because
Actually,
I didn't
Deja
know.
Cat is a Bahamian TikToker, bro.
Deja Cat's another person.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Doja Cat is.
Doja Cat.
Shout out Deja Cat though.
Deja
Is
Cat.
she fire?
Yeah, like she okay, like she makes like TikToks where it's like, you know, she doing things and she's someone impersonates Nicki Minaj a little bit, but
Oh yeah. I seen her.
Deja Cat.
But big up to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's funny. I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. Yeah.
so her and all like the
She's a young TikToker. She's a
yeah,
young
like she like
TikToker, yeah.
18. Her and Bahamian, what the is it Bahamian? Not Bahamian.
Bahamian
Tree.
Alex?
Yeah, Bahamian Alex. Like
But
her.
there's
Yeah,
this
some of
next
those.
one.
Yeah.
I think she's the biggest TikToker over here, and I really like her. But
You talking about the one who does sign language?
the
and
one that does
cosplay?
sign language? She's that.
I still didn't see
She's
it
a
yet.
sign language TikToker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Mother.
I love everything she do. Like I actually started, you know, I trying to learn how to
Learning
say
the
it.
sign
Yeah,
language?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't ask me how to sign language now. I still learning. I got to watch and watch to get to learn. You know.
Yeah, but we live in an age where everybody has a platform, everybody has a voice. So it's like, you know, you have to tread to not offend. And in some cases, it's like everybody is overly sensitive to certain things
Definitely.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
But
like,
you
you
have
know,
a mask on, bro.
mask on.
Yeah, but I'll be practicing social distancing.
You want to be able to breathe. We want you to come out here alive.
That's what I'm talking about. We trying to breed, but you know, we have to show the world how to breed.
But yeah, but like, you know, yeah, but it's easy and simple, and it's like, you know, that's why you have to be careful. Like even on Twitter, I always say Twitter is like when you want to know information quick, or get the pulse on a certain class of people. You always go to Twitter. Why does thing always beeping?
I don't know.
Like it's still recording?
GoPro
Yeah.
in the background.
Little technical issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitter's be a place where if you want to know information, you know information. Like they had this long discussion about boys being somewhat
Oh, no,
Yeah.
bro. I controversial, though, but I don't think I that controversial. That's a tough topic.
Well, they just talk. We probably gonna have this conversation at a later date, and you know,
Because we don't have any women here.
if we have any women here,
Yeah.
you know, the topic about sexual abuse and sexual assault with women, and they start telling their stories and things like that. So it's like, you know, in moments like that, it's like, you can't really undermine their trauma. So it's like, you just show support, you show help, light and healing to all those people.
100%.
We love you at Erryting Kool. You know,
Like I say, Kool-Aid, have a hug for every boy that's going through something, you know.
yeah. So it's like, you know, things are revealing. Some dudes, actually, one of the people that got called out yesterday, I found out more information about them last night about certain things or whatever. And it's just telling. It's like you really gotta be somewhat selective in who you surround yourself with
100%.
or whatever. Like, you know, denouncing certain behaviors, being like, "But I don't rock like that." Because, like, again, we all are brands. We got a brand to protect. So it's like, fam, you gotta walk a certain
straight and
line.
narrow.
You could get counted by association.
Exactly.
You don't even know your name dirty because you hanging out with
Right.
someone that you ain't even fully aware of.
Yeah, or you don't know what they doing. So it's like, it's always being selective with who you. And I just was like very glad that I only affiliate myself with certain people when I move. I either moving out and I move a kind of way. I was on the phone with my friend last night, and I was like, "Wait, you could go around the whole of Nassau and ask about me, and you can't find nothing." Like you, like how girls be like, "I want to do homework on this guy on a date." I'm like, "Well, you ain't gonna find nothing." Like Batman, bro.
That's
the
how
system,
you sleep good at night, bro.
the system, white, bro.
That's how you sleep good.
Oh, I mean, it ain't like I did anything, but it's like ain't nobody can badmouth me, bro. Right. And it's easy like that. But it's like, being cautious of that. But yeah, Kool, you have anything to say about that?
I got just interested in the stuff y'all talking about because like I been, y'all like the dictionary now. Y'all teach me all kinds.
Fiji, what you had to say about that? And then like people really try to bad talk you because you might be in a relationship or come out of a relationship and then they try to defame your name because they suffering from like they're hurt that y'all separated or they try.
Like, y'all okay. That's how I feel about the situation. Okay, I mean, if I could talk to them on that sort of view.
I mean, go.
You may have a teacher in school that say, you know what, you might not amount to nothing, or somebody in your family or a friend, personal friend. Why are you trying to start this whole podcast thing up? Why you think you're going to go this place? You're not going to amount to this or that.
That's true.
At the end of the day, does it really affect where you or who you are? And if it does, then it speaks on who you are. You understand? That's how I feel about it.
I think it affects.
I use the negativity to give me a kind of drive to push harder, stronger. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they talk about everybody. They talk about Jesus. They talk about this person. They talk about that person. I mean, in their right perspectives. It depends on how it was too. I just use that as motivation to be like, when I make it, I look back around and be like, I still did it, huh?
Yeah. But I think it affects you.
Like I let the negative turn into positive energy.
Yeah, but I think that works for people because a lot of people I've found out that they can't take negativity and turn it like that or whatever. They gotta be somewhat coddled and worship a little bit.
They said that I'm not gonna grow, mommy. I'm not gonna grow. No, you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow. Just give it time. Be positive. Center that energy, and you're gonna just boom. You're gonna become something I like to say a supernova. You're going to come a star that just explode.
Yeah. PG, what you have to say about that?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, nobody can predict the future. So ain't nobody even right to say from the get-go, you ain't gonna amount to nothing. Even though you might see signs there like, all right, this person is slack off days, procrastinating, stuff like that. That might just be their traits at that point in time. And like, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just, they probably might not even be into nothing. You know what I'm saying? People a lot of times just catch their head and be like, wait, if I don't do something now, I can become a failure for my life. You know what I'm saying? It's all an internal thing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much somebody might try to sit there and drag you and say, you don't be this all. Even some people just be like, yeah, I see you got high hopes and I see you going some places. And then people just fall off and be the worst type. You know what I'm saying? They don't even become that. It's all an internal thing, right? Because, I mean, you go, whatever path you decide to take, you go from high school, you go straight to college. You might not even go through high school, whatever. You know, I see in some people pretty much would be like, mother said, if I don't slack, if I don't like pick it up right now, then they're gonna, like sometimes you have a lot of chances to go, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have this chance, that chance. Some people waste a whole lot of opportunities. Some people just have one shot and they get it right, they fall off. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like nobody can predict the future. Only you could determine your own path. So,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always up to the individual. It's always up to the individual. It's always subjective.
Like me, and be honest, like for me, I came from government school, you know.
And right in there, some people would be like, but you come from government school, babe.
Yeah.
You know government school children are always only...
I came
this
from
and that.
D.W. Davis.
Right.
So I'm going to hit some points, you know. And I graduated junior high school with a 0.90. You guys get that? A 0 point. Not a 3 point, not a 2 point, not a 1 point, a 0.90. Because every day of school, I left school to work. I started, I don't know why. I wanted to go by the 6 step and sing to the gas. And, you know, and when I came back to school, they were like, you're not going to try to amount to nothing. You're not working on your grades. And now, just years later, blow up. So you can't let people,
That's a snake.
Yes, a snake. I gotta kill that.
They got wildlife.
We wilding out
It's
there.
a wildlife channel.
Wow. Right now, people, we have like a snake right outside.
We have to like turn that on the podcast. Like there's a snake on the outside.
And that's a lizard in his mouth, eh?
Yeah, buddy.
This boy wilding out there. I ain't even killing it, Jared. That's cool, boy.
That's cool. Like some kind of Nat Geo stuff.
Right. Take it on the phone, right? And then you just put that overlay it.
Yeah. So we have everything always. Some insect or something, because I remember it was a lizard or something.
That's wilding. That's cool. Out of nowhere, snake just like, bruh, it's lunchtime. Y'all doing a party? All right, then I just here listening. Right? Everything cool. I just here listening.
Wow. Okay.
Chill out there, homie.
But yeah, but speaking of snakes in the grass.
Oh.
Who we calling out?
No, Kool was saying, but he got you straight though.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh guys, yes. During the COVID-19, I love growing plants, so I started side farming, and because there's less job and I'm not working in the hotel right now.
Right.
I started my landscaping job because I had farming equipment, so I flip it around. And if you need your yard clean, you could call me.
That's it.
Just link me, and I got the job done. Link me, I got the job
Link in the
done.
description.
Right.
Yeah,
With all these planting, bro.
everything.
That's it.
My favorite are like strawberries, zucchinis, a whole list of everything.
You turned in straight to Farmer Brown.
Yeah.
That's it.
I make natural compost. I give consultations if you need so.
So you green, not black.
Yeah.
I mean, I black and I green.
Yeah.
Black and green. Yeah, so if you guys need your yard clean, I got you covered.
Yeah.
I got a whole crew, guys, I tried, like you don't stop on one job. You want to keep going with everything else. I do apologize, but we keep looking outside the door.
Yeah, because I seen like looking at this
This is
snake.
like-
No,
Why does look like this
snake-
come closer to the door?
Right.
Wait, turn the
It ain't just
camera
tail,
on it.
it's coming inside,
Turn the
it's that
camera
way.
on it.
Yeah.
Facing her next way.
Show the camera. Like,
Oh no.
You can't really see it through
Can't
the,
really see it through the gate.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I should open the gate, eh?
yeah
I might
but you can
run it.
open it.
If one
Well,
of y'all
y'all
brave,
scared of that snake?
no.
Yeah, I'd open it too. I mean, I ain't scared of the snake.
scared.
I like to kill it.
Yeah.
If I didn't need to.
Nah, bro.
No, I
Yeah, we all for animal safety and they doing their own thing.
So
Yeah, but this
Right
is the
now-
on-site excitement right here.
yeah,
Motto.
everything cool is everything cool. And if you're afraid of reptilia, hello. So we about to take. Hello.
A quick commercial break.
Actually, this thing even eating it. Oh, it taking its time to eat the lizard. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on Everything Cool after we catch the lizard. Yeah.
Hi, this is your favorite zaddy, Lord Jalen Willard from Erryting Kool, and this episode is sponsored by nobody. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com, or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
All right. So we are back. We always have interesting.
Okay.
We always have interesting breaks. The first half was a little heavy, but we about to bring it on home because we in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some things that can affect us, leading with as we see protests going on around the world. And many have come to question whether we should have protests here in the Bahamas and how effective they are. Do we even need to protest and what we need to protest? I am for one of the I agree with protesting.
peaceful protesting.
Peaceful protesting.
Say it louder.
Peaceful protesting. I mean, we don't necessarily have to loot things. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, there's no cause to loot or anything like that. But I think oftentimes after, and I think that's why we haven't had a mass protest march like we did, like what it was, like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Couple of years ago, because like we don't trust the person that leading it, because we ain't know if they about to,
Some conflict of interest.
some conflict of interest or get some promotion. But I think after protest, we really need to like take time and address whatever issue it is, and not always work overtly, but do a little covertness under this behind the scenes, because that's when the real work happens. But how do y'all think the protests impacts us in the U.S. impacts us here in the Bahamas?
Well, to say impact, we are a nation, and there are some things that we have to address here that we need to address because of borrowing, and like some things that we're not doing right, and the only thing we do is talk behind walls, behind mics, behind cell phones, and we need to actually come together and saying protesting. Like, even during protesting, even though we had protesting, we never had a protest, bro. I said, say 100 people, bro, 1% came. So that's not really, to me, a protest.
Right. And the thing
We don't know, I don't want to say we don't know unity, but we'll come together behind the wall, behind the mic, but when it's time to make the march, we won't.
So you're saying we all talk and no action, basically.
That's tough.
That you saying it too kindly.
Okay.
Right. Because the thing is, even when we have protests, like notice the protests that we had recently. They was more so organized protests. Y'all stand over here and protest. Y'all, they have them like set off barricade and stuff. It's like we supposed to be mad about something. Like we supposed to be like wanting change and implementing all this like real, freedom fighter thing. And it's like, well, yeah, y'all can do that, but do it over there. And it's like that ain't the way to go about. Like,
you ain't supposed to be comfortable.
Our
about
our history in the Bahamas as a black nation.
When they had the Berman Road riot, they was really breaking up and looting stuff. Now,
And people actually died inside.
Right, they was hand. They was
I can remember that the
they was way
Berman.
more headstrong back then, but now we just get soft, really.
I won't say we get soft. In the Bahamas, we are the most laid. We don't.
We laid back, right?
We super laid back. So people could do whatever they want to do, and then one person might get mad about it, but then after that person probably did the wrong thing and get arrested or something.
Right.
That's it.
Because we
stop.
scared of victimization, for real.
And get back to your question, I feel like it affects us from like an emotional standpoint. Like to feel empathy for people who feel like their only outlet is to riot or to loot and stuff like that. So you never want to get to a situation where people feel like their only outlet is to do something that, could be taken so negatively. But to say it affects us in any other way, I don't really see that.
Yeah. I think it brings awareness to certain issues, because everybody started digging into the past, the Bay Ministry past, with some institutions, families, government policies, and even general geography and layout of Nassau or whatever. You have, and even mindsets when it pertains to certain things. We always feel like, we always have this notion that white is right or whatever, or it's better to be more lighter than darker. So to where we have how many women you see using bleaching cream?
Not just women, though.
Not just women, but you see dudes using bleaching cream because you really, for some reason, you don't like your melanin. And, it's been a whole system that perpetuating no, play this down. You want to be more lighter. You want to be, you want to gather this group's acceptance. You want to, if you grow up, let's say in Mason's Edition, someday I want to live in Life again, instead of thinking, bro, I can make Mason's Edition into Life again.
But to be fair, that's a worldwide problem.
Yeah.
Like Jamaica as a culture is promote bleaching. All
Yeah.
the best artists, the most popular artists.
Not even just Jamaica, like in India, they
China.
do be bleaching. So it's But it's like it brings awareness to where it's like, all right, from like all is not well with the world. We gotta stop acting like everything's cool, even though everything's cool.
Right.
But you know, the tourists still come down and they go to the beach, but they don't come over the hill and see where we sleep.
Right.
Our nightmares is their fantasies. That's the intro song, by the way. But we still have a lot of different things, and like we sell. Because I don't know if y'all ever checked out. Shout out to my boy who probably coming on the show soon. To Travolta, check out Black Moses.
Black Moses, yeah.
It tells you the history of how the Pinland came into power, all the dynamics from the 60s to the 80s.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because like every time I hear about cabinet ministers, I think with home about the rat and the roach. They say, and I call them my cabinet ministers. So there's Steve. There's Steve. There's Rob. You understand? When I go and the family looking for something, everything gone. And then we'd be like, wouldn't we just put groceries there? They said, not calling our cabinet ministers those things. Right. But, in the reality of life, like we are the richest Caribbean island in the Caribbean, or away from the Caribbean, to be correct. But, we have so much resources that ain't ours. You know, and they still teaching us, not to own, but, to
go work for somebody.
Yeah, to
be perpetuate, I guess, notions that all I could ever do is
police officer,
defense officer, hotel worker, nurse.
Really just be subservient.
Yeah, basically, to be subservient. Take what you can get. Don't worry about owning this or owning that.
We ain't really a country, to be fair. We more like a business.
I mean, technically, every country.
We just like a big hotel.
A big corporation.
A big getaway.
Right.
Yeah. Because like that's what I was saying to people. I'm like, people always be saying, oh, because we have black leaders, that don't mean we don't have the same ills.
We don't have black leaders. We have black people in
charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that again, corporation.
Yeah, we
like
have
that's
black
someone
people in official positions.
We have black CEOs, but who actually is the investors? Foreign investors.
Oh, I thought we was talking about in government. We talking about like in private business.
No. But I'm saying the private sector is the people that bankroll these campaigns.
Yeah.
So they're the quote unquote investors, not just
the
people who just billing this and billing that. There's investors.
Right.
That's behind the corporation called the Bahamas, as well as any other company, whether it be corporation, U.S., Canada. The snake come back?
Right. He got back for the lunch.
Yeah.
We can let him be this time.
Coming back.
We can let him be.
Y'all think y'all ain't coming back for y'all food?
Yeah, so we have a neighborhood. We have a neighborhood snake here. But so we do suffer from the same things. For the mere point that now in this day and age, we would think we would have to go on radio and voice our concerns and opinions on a platform where we could just up and make one. And then, put your money together, get what you need, and then, you go direct to consumer. But yeah, like that's just like, we just gotta break that notion. Like we gotta want to own. We gotta want to be entrepreneurs. We gotta
know where
want to
hit that energy from. Like we say about that negative energy, when people give you that negative energy, turn to the positive. So you don't blame the foreigners. Actually take the foreigners' direction and start doing what they did and invest into your own. So you actually have your own.
Right.
Because I always say I can't hate on politicians coming into power and saying, bro, I can take care of this person when that person bankroll their whole campaign. I just want my money back.
I just want the money,
Yeah. Or, you have these foreign investments, find a politicians and be like, I can give you some money.
But then, like, where's your dignity in that matter, though? Like, are you a public servant or a private servant?
Obviously, they ain't no public servant because they only compliant to whoever give them this. So it's like...
So then you have to give them some accountability. You have to hate on them, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, because you could always be righteous and true and say, okay, well, I'm not going to use government. Because obviously, you don't got to... The thing about it is we always feel like we got to enact government policies to get change. And that's not necessarily so. Because if you understand, okay, we in a game, we in a system. If you understand the system, this system is open up, especially capitalist system, is open for us to capitalize on. So why you think it's way more easier to do certain things, get loans from banks? Let's say you get money from the U.S. and it's coming through. It's easier for the central bank to allow you to obtain those funds easier if you're under incorporated brand versus an individual, or even for insurance purposes, because they always
see. I mean, I hear what you're saying, like, but there's still some ideas because I grew up over the hill. I grew up like literally right there over the hill.
Okay.
In the over the hill community. My community still have government pump. You know, the government pumps and everything. You know, some people communities don't have that. My communities have that. And we have people that still going for water. Even during this COVID-19 time, you know, they have to go for water and we on lockdown, you know what I'm saying? So they find it kind of more difficult than most other people that have running water and all these other stuff inside their house. They need to go to the shop to buy candles so they have light for their houses.
Right.
But yet we still have the Chinese stores in the ghetto communities or the overhill communities. We still have the number stores. So I still think in that community there still is a lot of investment that can be made to actually help the community. That's what I'm trying to say. There isn't no name someone who owned a bank in the Bahamas.
Brand Simmons.
Name someone else.
No one else, because
Where's
everywhere
Brand Simmons from?
the Bahamas.
Give me more about Brand Simmons.
Brand Simmons family's been there the last 200 to 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
appears to be white, but if you ask Rodney Munker, it would be a different story.
He's a conky Joey.
all right.
No, Rodney said his daddy.
So I still think that
Brandon
if
Brent.
he can do it, all I'm saying is someone else could do it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Is that the case?
I mean, to a certain
to a
degree.
certain degree, yes.
Because you could say, okay,
Which degree are we talking about?
you could say, okay, anybody could do it on Brand Simmons' level because his family has been rich and had this generational power
Generation
for
wealth.
over 100 years.
Yeah.
You can't beat that in
You
one
can't beat that
lifetime.
in
bro.
no.
Or whatever. So if we go on by, okay, let's say lifetime people, we could always bring up, let's say, Sabas and Foxy, the other number of people.
If me, you, and 40 people came together, let's just say, if we don't have what Brand Simmons have, but if all us come together, like if we were one Brand Simmons, we'll be just like the Bay Street Boys. There's only 10 of them. And
I
they
mean,
all-
even if 4 of us come
I'm
together,
just
but I
saying.
mean, that's how they
But
attain. what-
our mentality is, wait, I ended up by Justin, but your dream is so crazy. And then
Yeah.
you said, I going to try
else.
swing you. And because I see you driving a Bentley, and I still live in a lower, lesser community than you, I said, but yeah, I ended up because you definitely living better than me.
Right.
yeah.
But if we all think alike, like after all the Black Lives Matter stuff going on, like how much are you actually going to invest back in the black businesses? The people
Yeah,
that
that's-
actually need it.
The point ain't to invest in the black businesses for them, bro. It's just to protest.
No. I'm not
Right.
saying that. I'm
Salute.
saying we referring it to here.
Right.
Yeah.
We're referring it to here. Like
I mean, they have a little bit deviated in this time of protest to only support black businesses.
What you
I'm
mean?
No, like in a protest, they'd be like, okay, instead of giving our money to white corporations.
But they've been saying that.
Yeah. So, like, that's just been an
Like-
overarching.
Like,
theme.
like you said, I mean,
Yeah.
we're going back to refer, not to the U.S. because I
No, but we could bring it back here.
Okay,
We
that's
need
what I'm
to
saying. We
support
need-
black
we need to support our
businesses.
black
Yeah, the
businesses.
same way.
Yeah.
And
The
it'd be-
Crown
and
Land.
it'd be easier to do it
The
here
Crown
because we're
Land.
much smaller.
They give the crown land to who? They give it to all the foreigners. Isn't that ours? So if all of us come together and say we want that,
But
wouldn't it be possible for us to
it,
get
it depends on how it works, though, because it might only be available to them. Because you don't know you don't even know if that, let's just say it was unavailable and then made available specifically for them. You don't know if it was just available and then nobody wanted it. Because it's people who have money, who ain't us, who looking for investments and they didn't buy it. So if they didn't buy it, maybe it wasn't available to buy it.
See, but that's how I figure it. That's how I figure it out. As a child, but before I could walk, I had to crawl. I stumbled a few times, but in the end, I still learned how to get there. See what I'm saying? So everything in life is a process. So just the same process they go through, like I say, in the Bahamas, all us know someone. The Bahamas ain't all that big. We know someone who knows someone who knows somebody. So if we know someone who knows someone who knows someone, we could actually say, we could actually own something now in our own Bahamas.
Agreed.
See what I'm saying? So I can start just like the Chinese. They start off with one building, and now they got the whole chain selection called John Shea. And John Shea is only in the what community?
Usually in like
In the
Over
what?
the hill.
over the hill communities.
Ah, see, I didn't even have to go to Life of Key to say I want to open my John Shea.
Nope.
I started right over there.
Going right there.
And then you know what happened at one John Shea? You watch that building grow and grow and grow. You know what? I live to the top, my business down to the bottom. Next 2 years, I want to cross the street now. Going from across the street to down the road and down the road and down the road.
right.
Yeah.
So I said,
Incremental
if they
progress.
could do it, these properties is ours. We could do it. I don't have to go and they get the biggest crown line ever. I can start with the smallest.
Yeah, that's true.
And build up, yeah.
And
Yeah.
build up. That's what I'm saying. So I say I take their, I use what they did, and I made it work for me. I ain't going for what Bahama going for and say, what acres and acres. I know that's
One
impossible,
shot,
man. I know
right.
that's
Yeah.
impossible. But if I could start here, and you allow me to start here small,
Pops.
of course, when I start small, I'm allowed to grow big.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the best way to do because it's like, you know, you can frustrate yourself with saying, oh, well, I don't have the opportunities as someone that's a millionaire. But it's like, you know, you can start small, coming together with friends because that's how wealth is built. Like, it ain't just one person doing one thing. It's like, okay, we get together as a group. You can say we're going to do this, do that, pool our resources, and then build and then keep on doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it.
John
until-
Shea got rich off the people over the.
Hill.
And how big are their business? They're huge. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like I say, all you have to do is start with something small. In the
small.
communities, if you go for a brand new house, in the same communities, a brand new house is what? 100,000, 200, 300,000.
No, wait, not in Nassau. You better say the cheapest house, probably in Nassau, is like 300. You gotta go up 300.
Over the hill communities.
Okay, well, yeah, I could say 100,000. Depend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, no. It's kind of lower than that. It's like $60,000 to $70,000.
I love for what size property?
And you say a brand new house. I said I go for the repossessed house.
Yeah.
But let me be devil's advocate for 1 second.
Okay.
So the point you made earlier was that we lack unity, and usually black people don't like to support other black people. So maybe it was that much easier, or was that much of a smoother transition for John Shea to be able to develop and be better as time goes on.
I'm not saying
Because
as
black
so for
people
black people.
usually like to support people that don't look like them. Because you got people who trying to do the same thing you suggesting, which is, okay, I got this in this area. Let me see what I could do with it. And then time, maybe I bring more people in, or I can get bigger. But it don't usually work that easily. Because
Referring back to you with it, it's like I won't say it's black people. Again, I want to say it's our people.
but who make up the majority of
Okay,
payments?
we make it the majority. When I say it's almost like a mindset thinking. Like I only could become the police officer, the defense officer, and saying I want to become a business owner.
Right,
And for
right.
those that are trying to become the business owner, if they start off, everybody starts off with a rough time. They
Right,
start
right.
off and they open in the ghetto and that over the hill communities. The first year, guys break into their businesses.
Right.
They didn't
That's how
they
this
didn't
go.
need the
That's how this
looters or
go.
anything else. Someone just did it.
Someone just breaking it. That's how
I'm not saying that it never happened to the other people who started,
Right.
but they just made it. They just made it so that if it happened once, I can fix it. So that same problem would happen just now won't happen again. Us, we say, I invest so much time and energy in this. I I ever know what they call it.
What?
When they tired of selling stuff in the store, they just sell it all.
A going away sale?
Or whatever
going
what
on
they call
business
it.
sale, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember.
And how much times do we see that start
term
happening?
slipping- the term
You
slipping
see the
me too.
guy start off in the back with his trunk and he start selling clothes and he built up so much money and then he start going into the mall or go somewhere else. And people that start working for them start taking from them. And they're like, well, this happens to everybody business. But us, we tend to say, they put up one, no more, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying we have to come together so that if we come together and stuff happen, we'll never give up. You have to keep going. Like I said with the baby, with walking, But before he started walking, he had to fall and fall and fall. So he had to crawl too before he fall. And then when he got up, he fall. And then he got up again, he fall again. He hit his knee.
But
hit his head.
eventually, that baby can walk no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. But you
But
have to do what?
But
you have to do what?
But is other things so cut and dry?
No, but you have to do what? You have to never want to give up.
But that baby don't. That baby don't have a give up in him. That baby know that he have to walk.
Yeah.
The baby ain't gonna not walk no matter what you do.
Yeah.
If you leave that baby by itself, he can walk eventually. You don't have to do nothing there. But there's a lot of other factors that have to take place for you to be able to be a success. Other people have to believe in you because they have to buy from you.
Right. And
You can't buy from yourself.
Right, and that's what he kind of saying, like that's the mentality where the people are saying, but you trying to go somewhere. Look at them over there trying to do something, and that's what the song
Exactly.
Like Matt talking about songs like that's like dog don't bark at park car.
Yeah.
You say, all right, I ain't gonna invest my business or whatever, and people like to see that. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you try to make that move,
Exactly, but let any Chinese business open up anywhere. You can see Bahamian people's line up out the door. Whether they selling food, whether they selling clothes or groceries.
I like where you're going from just now. And you said that, you know what? You started the business and, you had the right idea.
right?
You was going in the right direction. Someone saw you doing it. They influenced you not to do it. Then they did it. And what's this? When they did it, they became successful. Why?
Mine.
Sometimes people who tell you bad advice, like you're not going to amount to nothing again. You're not going to go nowhere. They probably see you going somewhere before you saw yourself going somewhere.
Right.
But they say, man, you know what? Let me put some little
They try to sabotage.
They try to sabotage your dream.
Yeah.
And you can't let people, once again, get into your mind to say you ain't about to do that. So again, it goes to being, give me a word, Justin.
I mean, it's just unifying because, to Marco's point,
when you're doing those kind of stuff, you need people around you who just
you need the right energy, the most cohesiveness. You have to
Right.
bring together like-minded people. And to Marco's point with the John Shays or any other group that comes to our communities and benefit more of our communities than we do, to that I say, like we've been brainwashed to think that we are less and everybody else is more.
Right.
So with that, it's like we got to change the narrative. We got to think, just for the mere fact that a lot of things I do in my career, people be like, but I know Bahamians do that.
Yeah.
Serious thing.
Just because you're Bahamian.
Yeah, I know Bahamians do that. Or y'all got a podcast. I know Bahamians do that.
Right.
So it's like, we have to break the notion of our limiting mindsets that we can do whatever we need to do or whatever. We only strong if we unite together or whatever.
Right. And sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
When I say a cheerleader, bro, I talking about
Definitely.
Let's
Hype yourself
Yeah.
up.
let's go. Like you have to hype because if you don't hype yourself up, bro, I'm telling you,
Yeah, you can't.
like
expect
you might have
nobody
the
else to
right
do it.
idea, you might have it so right that down to the T, and someone say, you know what, you told someone about it, and they say, you know what, they bring you down and they took the same idea. You want to open up your car wash and they build up a big one just like what you want.
That's
Because
it.
they say, you know what, you did the dirty work. But now,
Right.
you know what?
Yeah.
4 people look at your boy over there. You know what he doing. Oh,
But-
look at that.
just to deviate a little bit.
Just to deviate you
How
a
much
little bit.
how much time we got?
We got 5.
All right. But just to drop one quick thing, right? What y'all think about, like, since we here already, what y'all think about, like, Bahamian copycat culture?
Copycat?
Yeah.
It's strong.
Like
Copycat
just-
culture, or like assimilation.
like how you just say someone will see you doing something, badmouth you, and then do something better.
I guess it depends on whatever the medium is, because sometimes that could cause like oversaturation in a certain market.
Yeah.
Depending on what people doing, like some people saying, okay, I look like that's successful. Okay, I look like that's successful. That look like that's successful. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody jumping on the same train, bandwagoning and stuff like that. And depending on what it is catch on with a lot of people, and everybody got their own spin to it in a sense. But sometimes it can get stale. But at the next certain time, it kind of takes away from individuality, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, everybody don't gotta go and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now,
To me, I say it's marketing because, I like what you're saying,
Right.
but I say it's all in marketing because
Right.
if you could market to the Bahamian people. And I say, you know what? We have international guests coming every day. So I would say, you got the Bahamians. I got international guests.
Right.
So sometimes we keep it so boxed in the Bahamas and not try to transfer that back out of the Bahamas.
Right.
Because we know what comes in and comes out.
Right.
You know, it would work. But then, like you said, that's in this oversaturation. Like, you know.
Yeah,
We
but
have 5 Kool-Aids in Bahamas. You know, like, it's going to get boring.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick.
But I mean, I think the long and short is we just have to. Hey. Well, the long and short is I just think we gotta unite together, be one for each other. We can't make it in this world without leaning on each other, being our brothers and sisters keeper. We gotta fight for each other when we low. We gotta praise each other when we high, and then when we in the middle, we gotta embrace each other and say we love each other.
Well, like, what's your name again?
What?
Bounce to the left,
Bounce.
to the right. I mean, I don't know like
come back. All right.
This favorite person.
I know of a song because it was so catchy. You know, bounce to the left, bounce to the right. You know, she's
Yeah.
a BA coming up. You know.
Yeah, but you just gotta roll.
You have to
your
embrace.
boat.
You have to embrace the people. Like I like with the Jamaican culture. It's one of those cultures when they have singers come up. You know.
I mean, when they
embrace
get
the people.
anything, they
boys.
just
They just
go all
embrace.
in.
In our culture,
We don't like to embrace too much for real.
we after a while, you
gotta-
have to come with a good.
It have to catch on for
Yeah,
people
it have
to
to
be
catch on. Yeah, it
right?
have to
It have to
catch
catch
on.
on and be like, okay, oh, it looked like it going somewhere. Yeah, I always know this way.
Yeah.
But then when you made it famous, I know you.
Yeah.
You was my boy, man. We going to school together. You know.
But yeah,
Yeah. So like I say again, we have to bring this thing called One Love.
one love,
Right.
and that's how we gonna end it. Thank y'all for watching. Everything cool. It's been a while, but we about to be back with a vengeance because we got a lot of things planned for the rest of the year, even though we ain't gonna be traveling like that. And this way,
Take a breather.
Take a break.
get to talk about the riots and
Telling you, I had to take the headphones off.
but we can probably tackle that on the next time because we didn't talk about the riots. And we can see because things opening back up, and we're gonna see what happened on this road.
Love one another, care for one another.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children.
I love everybody. I want to hug everybody. For those that gone through anything here during this 2020 time, I praying for you. I praying for you. I praying for you. I want to give you a hug. TJT love you. Kool-Aid love you. Bomb. Don't you do it.
Yeah. So we got more by trying to keep these things shut because we've been going doing 2 hour parts. But yeah. But until next time, yeah, you see.